Hello everyone, and welcome to a sealed league of Ixalan in preparation for Grand Prix Liverpool, which is coming up this weekend. So I haven't looked at the pool so far yet, so let's start looking colour by colour. I'm going to lay out each colour, look at its curve first, if Magic Online decides to work. Here we go. Start with white. So white looks pretty decent. The 1-drops aren't particularly exciting, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 decent 2-drops, a couple of good tricks, medium removal spell, and 2 very good removal spells, a really good 3-drop, a couple of decent 4s, but nothing quite bomb level really. So white looks pretty good for something on the aggressive end of the spectrum. What about blue? Pretty shallow looking, but got an air elemental, that's good. Curve is not very exciting. Got foil Kapala. Water Trap Reaver is great for aggressive decks. Sailor of Means for a defensive multicolour decks, pretty good. Siren Lookout, really solid. Deep Root Waters if we have a load of green merfolk. One with the Wind's great. Siren's Ruse if we have a load of pirates with enter the battlefield effects. Dive Down's decent. Spell Pierce is reasonable sideboard card. Run Aground. And it's Pirate Prize. Not too bad. Okay, blue's not bad, just not very deep. So we'd have to have a more powerful card. What about black? Okay, black, Desperate Castaways is a pirate. We need lots of artifacts for that though, so we'll need to bet that in. Unwanted Scoundrels is great format. 4/3 for 2, it's just going to put you right on the front foot. Ruthless Knaves, Cutthroat, yeah. Sanctum Seekers, pretty great if we have a vampire deck. Anointed Deacon, great for vampires. Bishop of Bloodstains, decent for vampires. Got Queen's Agent, Contract Killing, Mark of the Vampire, really solid commons. Good removal and an aggressive race type format. Mark of the Vampire is exactly what we want. Skulldaggery does a similar thing. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 vampires we're keen to play. How many would we have in white? We've got Queen's Commission, Skyblade Legion, Bishop's Soldier, Dante Vanguard. We've got a few vampires. So a black-white deck could do decent number, which we can look at in a bit. So that's one we can look at. Right, what's red look like? I don't know, well I can already see some very powerful cards here. And convert mana cost. That's very flat curve, no interaction, but we have got Burning Sun's Avatar, which is basically Inferno Titan, and we've got here a Captivating Crew, which is just such a good bomb. Act of Treason every turn is just such a powerful effect to have. A couple of medium dinosaurs, Ravaging Goblins, Lightning Root Crew is really solid. Tilanali's nice, good aggressive 1-drop Raptor Hatchlings, fine. And Sure Strike's a decent trick, so red looks decent too, to be honest. Green, looks fine. We have a couple of Jade Guardians if we wanted to build a sort of hexproofy deck, but nothing particularly exciting here, to be honest. 3 Grazing Whiptails is good, but not really an incentive to be green. So that's fine. So this seems to be. Let's have a look at artifacts and gold cards. Ooh, double Pirate's Cutlass is pretty great, and we've got lots of powerful flip cards. Conqueror's Galleon if we want to build a grindier deck, we can get a lot of advantage out of this. Dogmatic Compass is quite powerful in a similar sort of deck. and then we can put Hierophant's Chalice in there for some ramp if we need to. Cutlasses is pretty good too. Cobbled Wings can break out Board Storm. Prying Blade, Pillar of Origins pretty bad. Sleek Schooner's fine. Right, so I think at this point there's nothing that really sticks out to me as obvious, except for the fact we probably want to be playing red. Red seems like our best colour, so let's put the best red cards down. Fire Shrine Keeper doesn't go in a lot of decks, so let's put that out. It's Misery. We probably won't want 2 Suncrown Hunters. Let's have a look at an aggressive red-white sort of dinosaur type deck. Let's just add some of these in. Probably put Legion's Judgment in, which we wouldn't normally start in a draft deck, but in sealed it looks reasonable. So that looks fine to me. What's our dinosaur count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dinosaurs is pretty good for the Thrash of Raptors and the Pterodon Knights. We've got some reasonable removal, a couple of really good tricks. I don't think we want any of the artifacts. I think this deck's possibly a bit aggressive for them. Like, we've got 6 2-drops, we really want to be 2-drop on turn 2, 3-drop or 2-drop and a trick on turn 3. Yeah, this looks much more like a curve out deck than anything we want to sort of get value from. How many pirates do we have? It's just the Lightning Rig crew here, so Pirate's Cutlass looks a bit mediocre here, which is a shame. Okay, well, if we were to build this, we'd probably want 9 planes, 8 mountains. Burning Sun's Avatar's a bit demanding, but we've got all the 2-drops. I'd still think we go 9 planes, 8 mountains. So that's a deck. So let's save this. Call it Red White Beatdown. And let's try another deck. Let's try Black Red. I had some of our more powerful cards, although Black might turn out to be a more sort of power being synergy based cards. Let's have a look at this. Don't really want the Rummaging Goblins, Wily Goblin. We'd need several artifacts to make these Desperate Castaways work. Don't really want. Yeah, no, this isn't going to be deep enough because a lot of these black cards aren't going to hit enough vampires. So let's try Black White quickly, although I don't think it's going to be as good as our Red White aggro deck. Which ones are we? We don't want Costly Plunder or Blightkeeper. We don't want Castaways. Cutthroat's fine, I suppose. We don't have a lot of the vampire token synergy things. Right, so we'd want Talons, Tricks, 2-drops. Probably play Raptor Companion. Hackers Skull's great, Ixalan's Binding's great, Pterodon Knight's fine. And this sort of deck's a little bit less aggressive, so we could possibly put in a Galleon or a Compass. Cutlass. This looks, again, fine. We're set, like, power cards wise, we've got... Sorry. Power cards wise, we've got a few Vampire Synergy cards instead of the Dinosaur Synergy cards. And the big draw here is the Sanctum Seeker. Like, this is just going to swing races. as with the Mark of the Vampire. This looks pretty good. I think I like the red-white better, but I'll have another look later, I think. I think this one wants a Pirate's Cutlass, because we have a couple of pirates, and we've got some flying. Don't have any lifelink, we've only got the lifelink tokens off the Queen's Commission, really. So Pirate's Cutlass still doesn't look great here to me. So, yeah, don't think it. Let's rename this to be black-white. And what would we cut? We'd have one cut from this. Pterodon Knight's not got enough dinosaurs here, so we probably have to cut that. Aegisaur's possibly fine, but again, like, I'd be much more happy with the Aegisaur if we had more go wide synergies. Okay, what I'm going to look at next. Let's just actually let's finish this first before we get too far into ourselves. Let's just cut the Aegisaur, I think. And add basics again. I think this is a 9 planes, 8 swamps job, yep. Magic Online agrees. What I want to try now is a Grixis Pirates deck that's a bit slower and a bit more controlling. So what we'd want, more of the wind, Sailors of Means, look out, Weaver, Ground Elemental, Skullduggery, the Castaways, it's sort of defensive 2-drops, Scoundrels is just great. With Snape, make some treasure to fix our mana. Mark of the Vampire is good. Contract Killing's good. Sanctum Seeker's just a good card on its own. These two need a bit more work, so I'll probably leave those out. And then red, we'd want to play. What would we want to splash? We'd want the Lightning Whip Crew. We'd want the Captivating Crew. And what we do here is we'd play both Pirates' Cutlasses, the Schooner, probably a Galleon, probably the Compass. We'd love to splash the Burning Sun's Avatar, but I think that might, maybe that's not too greedy. We've got 2 Sailors of Means and the Compass. We've got the Ruthless Knave, got Contract Killing. Yeah, this might be a Rummaging Goblin deck. See what this looks like. How many pirates do we have? We've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pirates. That's quite a lot for this Cutlass, and one with a wind. This doesn't really look like a one with the one with the wind's probably still good in this deck, although I suspect it's less good in sealed than it is in draft. This deck's interesting. Got some good cards. Do we want to be a bit greedy and put like a Suncrowned Hunters in this? At the moment we're sort of being defensive for really just 2 payoff cards. Maybe the Galleon counts as a payoff card. Because, I mean, Thwatic Compass is just going to sort of buy us more time with the Sparta Raska, whereas Conquer's Galleon's going to actually pull us ahead. Let's put it up there. I don't know what I think of this deck. I really don't. Um, We would need to make one cut. And how many red sources would we need? We'd probably want 6 red sources, realistically. So we want like 3 mountains, and the 2 sailors of means is 5. The thematic compass can find our mountains if we're aggressive about it, but even then, this triple red is just going to be too hard to splash. And I think if we're not playing this, if we look at our other rares, it's got 4 of our rares in already, in the crew, the avatar, galleon number 1 and compass number 1. But I don't think the payoff's here for this deck, so I'll Goblin. Now this would be the 23 cards. Like, we've got some good defensive 3-drops. And then we can get up to sort of 8 mana. We can take 2 of their creatures and start throwing creatures at them. This deck could be interesting. We've got 5 artifacts for the Desperate Castaways. We've got Big Flyer to win the game with. We've got Captivating Crew to win the game with. Burning Sun's Avatar as a big dumb creature. We've got well, we're a bit light on removal here. Would we normally in this sort of deck you'd think about going further and playing the Ixalan's Bindings. I don't think that would work. We could cut these 2 and play the Bindings in a crazy sort of multicoloured pirate deck, which is a deck that's worth looking out for in sealed with the treasure creation effects. Even then, I don't really see a particular payoff for this deck, so I think I'm going to leave this one and stick with either red, white or black, white. I think red just plays more powerful cards than black, white does. Like, we get a premium 2-drop, 2 bombs that don't rely on synergy, although the curve's a little higher than I'd like in this. I'd want to really cut one of these 6-drops. I don't think this is a Fire Shrine Keeper deck, but maybe it is. Definitely don't want to play any of these. Don't want to play any of our creatures. Maybe we could just play a Pirate's Cutlass in this deck and cut one of our 6-drops, probably the Aegis Saw. Kinda like that, actually. Curve's a little off for an aggressive deck, like black-white. Did we... The black-white deck, though, would probably want to grind a bit more. Like, we've got the potential for an aggressive start, but we could just play the compass and a galleon and sideboard the other galleon in when it gets really grindy. We could leave out some of the mediocre cards, like we could cut Raptor's Companion because it just trades with everything, and maybe Legion's Judgment's not necessary with 2 Ixalan's Bindings and a contract killing. It's just a bit too situational. We can board it in if we're going up against something with a lot of big dinosaurs. This is really interesting. At this point, if I was playing in a GP, I'd be sleeving up both decks. I think I like the red-white slightly more, but I can definitely see a sideboarding in the black-white, and even possibly going further with the extra galleon and Yeah, I don't think it's worth laying out any green decks because I just don't think they're going to be as powerful, because green, we can't play the black powerful cards and the synergy cards, and we can't. Could we play a green-red deck? Maybe we could play a green-red deck. Let's just lay out a green-red deck just to sort of tick that box. But I think we're probably sticking with red, white and black, white. This is something that's much easier to do in Magic Online than it is to do in paper. Don't think we've got enough Explore for that, but let's see when we get there. Jade Guardian is probably not what we want actually in this deck. Looking Sailback, we've got Rapt Hatchling, Sure Strike. This deck's probably just going to not have enough removal. Really. Or cards in general by the looks of things. I mean, this deck could be a Splash and Ixalan's Binding sort of deck. Got Compass here, and Commune with Dinosaurs gives us a slight advantage in finding our white sources. But we've got no Explore, so we don't really want to play a 2-mana 1/3. 2-mana is that's more aggressive. It's lacking on 3 drops as well. I think this deck is not terrible, but I don't think we'd want to play it. Here we've just gone for the 1-planes because we've just splashed single colour white cards and we have plenty of ways to find it between Compass, maybe looting, drawing cards with Galleon and the Commune. But I don't think this is what we're going to play. I'm just saving it because we might as well at this point, but I think I'm going to go with the red-white at first, see how that goes. Maybe the black-white turns out to be what we prefer, but please let me know what you think, because this is one of the hardest seal pools I've seen in a while. There's lots of different directions we could have gone, and I'd like to hear what you say, so hang around for the matches and see you in a moment.